Hey everybody, it's me, Joe, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to give you a grammar quiz. I'm going to give you 7 sentences that are talking about the weather, okay? And each one of those sentences, I'm going to put a grammar mistake in it for you to find, all right? So that's the quiz part. The second thing I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to encourage you to write comments below, write sentences below using any words related to weather, such as rain or weather or cold or temperature, anything. Write a sentence below and I'll tell you if it's right or wrong, okay? This way, I'm going to try and fix your grammar, all right? Also, if this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. My name's Joe, and I'm a teacher in Canada. And if you're interested in improving your English and getting better at grammar and speaking, you should subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell down below. What that does is it will notify you, YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a new video or if I have a live YouTube lesson. And I do that quite often. I'd sure love to see you. All right, the next part that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the whiteboard and I'm going to show you individually 7 sentences, all right, one by one. And in each one of these sentences, there is going to be a grammar mistake. Your job is to watch the video, read the sentence carefully, and then in your mind, think about what the mistake could be. Then I will tell you what the mistake was and I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everybody. I didn't go to the whiteboard. I thought I would try something different and just shoot the videos in different places. So the first sentence that I want you to try and find a mistake in is this one. Number 1. I got caught in the middle of a downpour. That's why I'm soak wet. I got caught in the middle of a downpour. That's why I am soak wet. Can you find the mistake in those sentences? All right, there's only one. All right, and I'm going to tell you. Instead of soak, it should be soaking. I am soaking wet. Okay? We say soaking wet means you're just absolutely wet, totally wet. Okay, that's what that means. I don't know if you got it or not. But let's move on to number 2. Okay, now here's number 2. My fingers are total freezing because it's so cold in here. My fingers are total freezing because it's so cold in here. So there's one mistake in that sentence. Do you know what it is? I'll give you a couple of seconds to find it. It should be, my fingers are totally freezing because it's so cold in here. All right? So freezing here is an adjective. So before that, we need an adverb. Totally, not total. Okay? Totally freezing. That means super cold. I hope you understand. Ready to move on to number 3? Okay, here's sentence number 3. When it is this humidity, I find my hair gets all frizzy. When it is this humidity, I find my hair gets all frizzy. All right, so there's one grammar mistake in that sentence. I hope you can find it. It is the word humidity. That is a noun, and we wouldn't use it this way. We would use the adjective humid. When it is this humid, my hair gets all frizzy. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about my hair. because it doesn't get frizzy. But girls with long hair often have problems with frizzy hair. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next sentence, okay? Here's the next sentence. We are supposed to be getting a big blizzard here last week. We are supposed to be getting a big blizzard here last week. Can you find the mistake in that sentence? One of the words is incorrect. No, the right answer is it shouldn't be last week, it should be next week. All right? So it should be, we are supposed to be getting a big blizzard here next week. Okay? We are getting something in the future. So it has to be next week, not last week. Okay? Now, my daughter Rachel is going to throw a pillow at me. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're moving on to sentence number 5. But before we get to sentence number 5, let's do a little survey of the people who are watching this video. In the comments down below, tell me, what is the hottest day you've ever experienced in your life? What was the hottest temperature you've ever experienced? Myself, the hottest day I've ever experienced was 41 degrees. That was a hot day, especially hot here in Canada. Woo! Okay, here is sentence number 5. My uncle is hit by lightning and now he can't remember his name. My uncle is hit by lightning and now he can't remember his name. Where is the mistake in that sentence? Do you know? I'm going to tell you. It should be in the simple past tense, all right? My uncle was hit by lightning, and now he can't remember his name, all right? All right, I hope you like it. I hope nobody out there has been hit by lightning. I certainly don't want that to happen. And just to tell you the truth, this is just a sentence. Nothing bad like that ever happened to my uncle, okay? Okay, here's sentence number 6. The airport was closed because the hurricane, so my flight was canceled. The airport was closed because the hurricane, so my flight was canceled. All right, so there's a mistake in this sentence. It might be a little harder than others. All right, we don't use the word because here. It'd have to be due to. All right, so we'd have to say the airport was closed due to the hurricane, so my flight was canceled. There's a little difference between because and due to. All right, so we'd say I didn't go to the park because it was raining. All right, I didn't go to the park due to rain. Okay, so when we say due to, we can just use a noun, but because we need a subject and a verb again. All right, let's move on to the last sentence in this quiz. Okay, here is sentence number 7 in our quiz. Every morning he has to scrape the frosty off his car windshield. Every morning he has to scrape the frosty off his car windshield. All right, do you know what the mistake is? There's one mistake in this sentence. So it should be frost, not frosty. You'd scrape the frost off the car windshield because that's a noun. Frosty is an adjective, like, oh, it's a frosty morning. So the full sentence should be, every morning he has to scrape the frost off his car windshield. All right, that's a common thing that we have to do here in Canada during the winter and late fall like now. All right, so those are all the 7 sentences. I hope you got them all right, or I hope you learned something, okay? All right, now that the quiz is over, I wanted to give you a little bonus tip here. This is one thing that I suggest all my students do when they're in class, and I think it would work well for you too. Whenever you're learning new grammar, all right, a new grammar point or new vocabulary, try and use it in a sentence that is related to you, all right? Don't just try and remember the textbook explanation or the textbook sentences, because they're not really your life. That's just something somebody wrote. So if you're trying to remember something, say, for example, when I said due to, all right, a few sentences back, if you want to remember how to use it, write a sentence that includes situations from your own life. So for example, if you had a job before and you hated it because your boss was a really terrible guy, make a sentence about that, right, using the new grammar or the new vocabulary. For example, I hated my old job due to my boss. Okay? All right, do you understand? So whenever you come across new vocabulary or new grammar, make sentences that are related to your life. This is going to help you remember the grammar and how to use it, because you won't forget your life, right? But an example from a textbook is very easy to forget. I hope you liked that tip, and I hope you really enjoyed this lesson. Okay, everybody, that is the end of this grammar quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got lots of right answers, and most important, I hope you learned. I hope you got better at English. If you have any questions, or if you want me to check your grammar, write some sentences down in the comments and I'll write back to you. Okay? I love responding to people's comments. Also, remember to check the notes below the video, because I put links to more videos and more learning opportunities there. Okay? They can really help you. All right, that's it for now. Until next time, bye-bye.